The best in poker news, entertainment, and more. This is the Mark Hoke Show.
Hello, everybody.
Good
What's up?
afternoon.
Oh, we're here. We're doing another show.
Live from the Rio.
Oh, yeah.
It may not be as exciting as last night, Mark. You know, you started off in a really bad mood, meandering through the show.
Oh.
Remember?
Well, I wasn't necessarily meandering. I was just pissed.
Oh, you weren't even using the word meandering. The World Series is meandering along.
Well, it is meandering along. It always meanders in its own little way.
But look what the show turned out to be last night.
It was a hoot.
A hoot. The wildest Mark Hoke show ever.
No.
No.
No, I wouldn't say it's the wildest one ever. No,
The last 30 minutes was absolutely nuts.
off the hook.
Off the hook.
I got
Crazy.
everybody excited about like a 4-minute interview with Phil Ivey.
Well,
Mike Sexton was walking
morning.
by. Mike Sexton was walking by and said hi and said, "Hey, I got to listen to your interview with Ivy." I'm like, "Absolutely." So it's so I hope everybody it's not like having sex with some guy and be a 3-minute wonder. I'm hoping that that you enjoy the show in its entirety.
That was about the average 3 minutes.
Yeah, Efro. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Good. I'm sorry? Oh, we'll win it. We got you, buddy.
There's a lot of great things going on right now. We got a seniors final table going on with a Las Vegas hero, Dan Highmiller, tearing it up over there. I'm pretty sure he's still chip leader going into dinner break here.
He is.
And,
he is.
And then one of the most amazing things is my buddy Dennis Phillips is there also. That's almost like making the final table of the main event.
I gotta root for the D-man, Dennis. I gotta root for Dennis.
I'm rooting for Highmiller with
Dan,
rooting for for Dennis, but
Dan's got an incredible history here at the World Series. If you ever look back at it, he did win a bracelet back in 2002. Did you know that?
I did.
The half Hold'em half stud. Who came up with that one? That's interesting.
That's a great game.
Well, I didn't say it wasn't. I'm just saying.
But that was complete limit, though.
Not a standard event.
That was limit. Yeah. It was not a no limit Hold'em and then limit stud. Yeah. It was limit. So,
yeah. So, Dan Highmiller and he's a few other runner-up finishes, but a ton of cashes. Had 7 cashes one year. I mean, he's been a World Series hero and now trying to pick up his second World Series of Poker bracelet in the senior event. So, we wish him luck along with Dennis Phillips and the rest of the contestants.
Yeah, the rest of it. Yeah, I'll wish him luck.
Yeah,
doesn't mean I mean it.
It is what it is. We got buddies and pals and friends all over the place. Speaking of buddies and pals and friends, are you ready for a giggle?
I am ready.
Are you ready for a giggle? First, we had our weekly drawing. We didn't get it in yesterday because of all the excitement, so we did it. I just did it.
He just did it.
We got a couple of Mark Hoke Show T-shirts going to a couple of our listeners.
You just unplugged me over there.
I did?
Yeah.
Wow. I shouldn't have run that cord here. I'm just unthreading here. I'm trapped. Are you ready? See, this is the kind of dumb stuff that happens on the show when you plan for success. Look at that. Let's jump rope. I know, and keeping everybody waiting here. Nate, give me a drum roll, please. What was that? That was a cat. That was a cat. Put here. Let me
purring.
Let me know if I got the right plug for you here, sir. How's that?
Oh, wonderful!
Okay,
I can hear you again.
There we go. Fantastic. All right. So we had drawing anyway in the Mark Hoke Show 1K satellite entry contest, which you can still enter. Of course, we're doing the drawing on Saturday, June 28th for a 1K main event satellite seat.
It's right there. See it? Click that little link right there. That one right
That's
there.
Pretty good.
Right there.
That's pretty good. But we're also giving away some of the prizes too. In the meantime,
Mark Hoke, Run Good Gear.
Two Mark Hoke Show T-shirts drawn because I decided to give 2 away tonight.
They're co-branded.
They're sexy. Congratulations to Jason Harrell of Playa del Rey, California. Jason Harrell, a winner of a Mark Hoke Show T-shirt. Way to go. Thomas Beckstead, who, he doesn't have his address on here. That could be trouble when it comes to me.
He lives in Knob Court.
Yeah. That's, no. All right, let's not give people's addresses away here on the Mark Hoke Show.
We could be playing a game here.
Thomas Beckstead winning a Mark Hoke Show T-shirt, so congratulations to Thomas Beckstead.
Retired hookers or not retired hookers?
But another...
Sorry.
Oh, God. Anyway, but we have a winner of this week's Dune Buggy Experience gift certificate.
And this is not rigged.
This is not rigged. I am honest to God, I am just reaching and pulling.
But if you're part of the poker media, you want to pay attention if you put your name in the box here.
Because the winner of the Sun Buggy gift certificate is Leonard Lang, the poker paparazzi.
So make sure you give him a follow at Poker Paparazzi and make fun of him.
Stunningly winning a Sun Buggy gift certificate.
He's going to be out driving in the sun. It's so hot out there, Mark.
So here's going to be the best part of that. You know, they're going to have to give me one, too, because maybe if Leonard and Chad go together, this will be the sound we hear. Vroom, 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 vroom. Poof, poof. Done.
It could be. Hopefully they don't go.
You know what? I think the master plan here that the good Lord has on these drawings is we're going to wipe out the entire poker media so we can slide up the food chain.
Well, Las Vegas is
they're just going to all be crashed out at the Sun Buggy Fun experiences. But hey, we want to thank Sun Buggy for supplying those. We really do appreciate it. Make sure you guys go to sunbuggy.com. And they're all over the desert Southwest, so make sure you check it out and have a good time up there. Sounds like a few of our friends will be. But that's what happens when you enter the contest.
Got to enter to win.
The more people that enter the contest, the less likely that Leonard Lang and Chad Holloway are going to win.
And I don't qualify.
Sorry.
Sorry.
But,
so, hey,
well, I don't either.
Click the link.
Click the link. Sign up or come on down to the booth. We've got the entry forms right here. Picked up a few more of those today. So get on board.
So there's been some things going on out here in the World Series.
Let's start with the bad news.
Which one?
The really bad news.
I watched James Woods collapse.
Yes, apparently
in the Rio Hall.
James Woods collapsed here at the Rio and was taken out on a gurney. I'm sure he's probably doing okay. Got a little dehydrated.
Yeah, he looked fine. Once they had him up on the gurney, they had oxygen on him, and
he's just been grinding away in here.
Yeah.
I mean, he really has. I mean, honest to God. I mean, he's an actor, but he's still a very avid poker player. And he has been putting in a lot of time on the tables and, maybe just ran himself ragged or something. Speaking of running himself ragged, it's David Tuckman, everybody. David Tuckman not listening to me at all. That's
totally having a conversation walking by. That's okay.
Right. I always try to recognize the Tuck.
The Tuck.
The Tuck. So
does he have a friend named Nip?
No. Anyway, Jesus.
I was wondering Nip and Tuck. What? So that was the bad news.
Yeah, so James Woods, hopefully we'll get an update on his condition. Send your prayers out to him, guys. I'm sure he'd certainly appreciate it. And James Woods at the hospital.
He's flirting with nurses. He's
probably is. Just got an IV, and maybe we'll have matching bruises.
Yeah, you can compare track marks.
Yeah, track marks. I don't know about track marks, but yeah. So all the best to James Woods. But we had a bracelet winner. Ding, ding. Bracelet winner.
Ding, ding.
Bracelet winner. And as soon as I get it up on the screen, I'll let you know exactly who that was.
2-1 chip lead for Dan Heimiller. Go, Dan. Way to go, buddy. He's a frequent guest on the Beyond the Grind show over on my On Tilt Radio Tuesday nights. I love that.
Dan Heimiller, everybody. Yeah, we'll talk about that seniors event in just a minute, a little more in depth. Now that was Todd Bui winning event 16, but we are looking for event. Which one was it here? Bear with us first. Bear with me for a second, guys.
Bear with the operator of the mouse.
I do apologize. See, this is where producer comes in handy. No, that's not the one, but the 7-card Raz is pretty interesting right now too. Golly gee whiz, where is the David Katai, who of course won the bracelet. I just want to make sure I get the right. No, I don't think that's right either. Good God. Let's try event 16 just for fun. That's terrible that you don't see. Now we're starting to get into this a little bit, and I can't remember who's winning what. It's pretty nuts.
Especially from 1 to 3, you were doing great, right?
I was doing all right 1 to 3,
and now you just totally forgot which one it was.
Yeah. Hey Annie, how you doing? Good. Event 18. It can't be event 19. Which one is it? Oh my God, this is so pathetic.
Who were you looking for? I'm
looking for the David Katai. There, it was the six-handed event. There we go. David Katai winning. Hey Pam, how you doing? The No Limit Hold'em six-handed event number 15, and Gordon Vayo started the day off a hair of a chip lead.
If Pam from Poker News wins the next drawing, you can tell Mark it's rigged.
I don't think she's entered yet. But Katai taking down his third World Series of Poker bracelet. Belgium now has more bracelets than Spain and some other major countries. It's pretty nuts.
Major countries.
It's five. That's
you just
5
said
bracelets.
Spain and major countries.
Yes, I did because I forgot the rest of the list. But David Katai winning that bracelet this afternoon, and number 3 goes to him. So we're starting to see some 3-timers here. Is a little bit of a trend with Vanessa Selps, Brock Parker, and now Mr. Katai getting the job done in event number 15.
Very few people with 3 or more bracelets.
Yeah, it's
the one bracelet. You're in a pretty large group of people, but you're still in a very small group of poker players. But when you have 2 bracelets, you're in more of an elite group, like Dutch Boyd is. Mm-hmm. But once you hit 3, like Vanessa Selps just did, you really set yourself above the bar of a good poker player to a great poker player,
or lucky one.
No, I don't believe that 3 bracelets you can call somebody lucky.
Yeah, you still got to get a little lucky along the road.
But you have to put yourself in the position to get lucky.
Do. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not saying that everybody's won 3 bracelets lucky.
Vanessa Selps with their 3rd bracelet this year. Just absolutely amazing. Can we get an interview tonight?
Just screaming across the hall.
Hell yeah.
I think they're a little busy with that horse tournament.
They are. That 10K horse tournament's in there. And good luck to my buddy, Matt Grapenthien. I walked him into his first casino when he was 18 years old. He's in there playing that 10K horse tonight. Good luck to Matt. He is a great player, great limit player. I do expect him to have a bracelet very soon this year. Could be that year. He's going to be playing on a few more events.
All right. Seniors event is on a break right now and has reached the unofficial final table. I guess it's unofficial. 10 players left. Dan Highmiller, as we mentioned, is out in front, and a nice lead for Dan at $3.5 million, and is leading Donald Moss at 1.6, followed by David Smith, David Tran, Dennis Phillips at 1.1 million.
That's so awesome.
Now that's Dennis knows how to make those deep runs. I'll tell you what.
Well, he was heads up just 2 years ago. Yeah,
with Alan Jaffrey Schulman.
Yeah, and now he's back at the final table. It's almost as big as the main event.
Yeah, it's a huge. I mean, obviously 4,400 players, so a pretty big run there for Dennis Phillips every other year, 2 out of 3 years making that final table. He's also joined by Anthony Wise, Doc Barry, who was the leader of this tournament earlier today but has dropped off, David Vita on 8th, Jim Custer in 9th. Custer took a huge hit too. He was in the top 2. And Michael Frederick out of Birmingham, Michigan is in 10th place. So we have our unofficial final table, but really it is the final table here at the World Series of Poker Seniors event.
David Smith, he is currently in 3rd place. I was back in the break room talking to the Poker News guy that's covering it, and he was down to 1.5 big blinds.
That's crazy, isn't it?
And now he is in 3rd place.
David Tuckman is having fun with this table, if I'm correct. I believe this is one they are broadcasting right now, or will be in a little bit. I think they're on break as well. Event number 18, the 7-card Raz. And how about this? Brandon Shaq Harris, winner of the biggest Omaha tournament in World Series, well, actually in poker history, in the 10K 7-card Raz, has now got a pretty significant chip lead here with 6 to go. And actually, I was having a conversation with him here in the hallway probably about an hour and a half ago, just saying how the blinds were just eating these guys alive, and they just didn't have anything to play with in there. And really said, I've just, if I can hang on and we can get a couple people knocked out, it'll be helpful. But right now we're all it was a weird dynamic because they really couldn't make a move They could, but they couldn't because of everybody was so short with the way the blinds were. So it was a tough spot for all those guys until a couple people fell off the table. And unfortunately, those people were Naoya. I said that today correctly. Naoya Kihara out of Tokyo, finishing in 7th place. David Bach.
Can you believe that?
Pretty excited. He was leading the way here, but he's.
I really expected David to be heads up in this, and to just because he's that good of a player, he really is. So is Negreanu, but with Bach, the chip lead, he had the chip lead early.
He did, and Dan O'Brien out in 9th. Dan Negreanu went out in 10th place, so still no bracelet for the Ivy Negreanu combination, but. 2 great runs for Daniel so far here in the World Series of Poker. But Brandon Shack Harris is leading Yuval Bronstein. Guy just always seems like he's there. I mean, very talented player. It's like every World Series we're calling his name and as he's making deep runs and doing well. And now he is in 2nd place. But he's about 560,000 chips down behind Brandon Shack Harris. So, and this is going to be, I'm going to tell you, with these guys in the spot they're in, you've got the blinds at 25,000, 50,000, 5,000 ante at the moment. That may be going up again. So Brian Hastings, who's in 6th, is 150,000. So he's only got 3 big blinds left. George Danzer at 3 big bets left. Danzer at 320. So he's not sitting in good shape either.
He was just all in. I was over there actually watching. He was all in for 52,000 and ended up making a wheel. So he did really well on that hand and doubled up to the actually, he's won a pot since then.
So Danzer at 320 is in trouble. Todd Dukaki at 458.
Go Todd.
Still not in real good shape there either. He's got 9 big bets left.
He's a
Barlow's
new buddy of
same
mine.
spot at 515.
Todd, sorry.
Yeah. So this is a really difficult situation for these players and Brandon Shack Harris managing to chip up and get out of that 10, 12 big bet zone. That's huge for him right now with 6 to go because he's really the only guy there that can do a little bit of pushing around if he wants. A little. There's still not a lot of room.
There's not.
But he can at least go through a hand and take a hit if he needs to. So pretty tricky spot there for the rest of the troop. But Brandon Shack Harris at 1.4, Bronstein at 840,000. Looking pretty good at this point. Brandon Shack Harris drinking a Phil Locke. He just moved up to number. Well,
he's running to the 10K horse.
Yes,
I love that he just walks by.
I think Phil Locke goes into my number 3 hole. Maybe I've got to figure out who's in the 3 hole now. Of my new trifecta of players that I have not interviewed yet.
Like who?
Well, I know I have Doyle.
You haven't interviewed Phil?
No. Keeps running away from me.
What about Jennifer?
No, I haven't interviewed Jennifer yet.
Wow. Really? Neither. Will Falia.
Will Faila, everybody.
The Monster Mash.
Bounty on Will's head every tournament for those headphones. Monster headphones. Monster Masher. See? I got you covered, man. Yeah, it's huge.
Ooh.
But pretty exciting opportunity for Brandon Shack Harris to win bracelet number 18. Sorry, Phil Locke goes by and we get distracted. It's going to happen. Event number 19, No Limit Hold'em. That one started firing off yesterday. A $1,500 buy-in. And Hiran Patel out in front. He is at 500,000. Of course, 88 players left, so they may be close to at least having these counts right. Max Silver, 312. There's a name we haven't heard for a while, but the Londoner looking good. Cody Slayball at 295. Dylan Thomasy at 230. Phil Collins, look out! We got some names here in the rest of this pack. Phil Collins in 5th. Matt Affleck in 6th. Darren Elias in 7th. John Hennigan in 8th. Brian Micon in 9th.
Micon?
Yep.
Micon. Wow.
Brian Micon in 9th place. Boy, will he be impossible with a World Series bracelet. Lonnie Harwood in 14th. Let's see who else we got hanging around. Just checking the lists. Names that you guys might. Joe Kuther, looking good at 39th. He's at 80,000 in chips.
He's cherry picking names.
Dutch Boyd's still in there. Yeah, because I'm not going to read 65 names.
I know.
Good God. Dutch Boyd. They haven't listed as Russell.
That's because
pretty
that's
funny.
his name, Russ.
Well,
Boyd.
I know it's his name. I'm just saying.
If
It's very odd
if
that
you've read the book, you even know where he got his nickname.
I understand that. All I'm saying is
It's better than off the bus Russ.
Yeah.
Fresh off the bus Russ.
Yeah, I agree. But it's just odd they usually don't list him as Russell Boyd. So they've been doing that all day in this one. 61,300. Hey, there's did not report in 60th place. Good luck to
That
Did Not
guy is
Report.
amazing. He's in every
How
tournament.
he's not won a bracelet, I do not know. I understand. By the way, Elke in the hallway. By the way, so Elke is
I can't
down
understand a word he says. I couldn't even interview him if I wanted to.
Here. Oh, I can handle it. I got it. All right. So some big names still hanging around here in this that $1,500 buy-in started yesterday. 88 to go as they chase a World Series of Poker bracelet. Event number 20, No Limit Hold'em Shootout. This one also started firing off last night. And let's see how this is doing. They're down to 24. I think we were looking to clear. It's still. Oh well, now they have 20. Yeah, they got 24 listed. Yeah, 24 listed here. So these guys getting close to their final round of tables. And Jack Effel keeping this all under control. The dapper one, looking good.
I love how they stop and just chat with us when we're on air.
Yeah, I know. It's fun. Chris Bell, 346,000. I would assume he's through for sure. Dylan Lind. Dylan's having a pretty solid World Series at this point. Noah Bronstein, 242. Alexander Vinovsky, 215. Sylvain Loosely on the final table last year at the World Series main event. The Frenchman is at 200,000. Some other names you might be familiar with. Daniel Alayi still in there, 170. Phil Galfond, 143. John Dolan, 118. Sorrel Mizzi, 100. 110, excuse me. Taylor Parr is at 100. And Taylor's been just kind of hanging around. Hasn't quite made that big punch yet.
Josh Brickus.
But Taylor doing all right. Yep, Josh Brickus in there as well. Alex Bulletin's still in there, as is Jake Cody and Eric Froelich.
Efro.
So an interesting little group there shaking out for this $3,000 No Limit Hold'em shootout event. Event number 21 coming up. The No Limit Hold'em 1K that just started today.
You can still late enter.
Still,
that started at 2?
Yeah. Kind of light on the entries right now. We'll see if hopefully that number's going to improve.
Look at that first name on there.
Yeah, Jeff Gross right at the top. Of course,
he may have my-stacked that one.
He did my-stack it, but these. Unfortunately, like I said, Poker News does not report everybody at every second. So mostly guys that are checking in and people that the Poker News team sees, grabbing chip counts every once in a while. Jeff Gross, 23. Soy Win off to a nice start at 21. Blake Bond, 19,000. James Dempsey, 19,000. Just Alex Queen in there. Basebaldy, David Williams, Jonathan Gray, Casey Jarzabek. Let's see, who else? Erica Halis, Matt Stout.
D'Angelo.
Rob Tepper in there, Byron Caverman. Yeah, so Barry Schulman, who got some flack at the table, by the way. We got to talk about that.
Oh, I like that. I do like that.
Oh, man.
Because it's just like calling out, like if you were to sit down at a table and you had Howard Lederer sitting there and Chris Ferguson sitting there, you're going to say something if you were a full tilt player.
Well, I think that's taken a little to the extreme, don't you?
Why? No, I do not.
I mean,
because he was promoting Barry Schulman and Card Player Magazine.
to the full tilt guys, that's a little rough.
Why? They were accepting money from a site that has stolen money from players and pros. What's the difference?
There's no because they haven't been indicted on anything yet.
Oh, well, okay.
I mean, you gotta. It's not a good situation.
Google was sued for accepting advertising money from poker stars and full tilt poker.
Well,
they spent millions in settlement, but the Schulmans, no, they didn't get sued. Google did, not Card Player Magazine.
Well, it is what it is, but apparently.
But hey, Dutch Boyd can't have 2+2 poker, even though.
Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous too. But
douche.
Yeah, so just throw it out there.
Barry was accepting money from Lock Poker, and
they've chosen to let Lock Poker advertise. Many people not happy about it.
He did get a warning at the table, though.
Yeah, I think it's kind of
talk about that again at the table.
It's kind of that's not really the place to do it, though. Honestly, it's
where
not
else do you corner Barry Schulman?
Well, there's a lot of places to corner Barry Schulman. Catch him in the hallway. But doing it at the table is it's kind of pushing it, and obviously he got a warning given to it. Who was it that did that? I'm trying to remember. Was it Lai?
Angle. Ari Angle.
Ari Angle, excuse me. Yeah, Ari Angle kind of laid the smackdown on and got the smackdown back. So, yeah, but so interesting little jab. Little jab.
Deserving.
Tricky spot.
They should. It's really tough in the poker advertising world. There's been sites that have opened and closed and opened and closed and all over the place, from Poker Spot on to Full Tilt, and more recently, Lock Poker is still open.
Yeah, it's still open.
It's still open. They're still accepting deposits, but not allowing withdrawals.
This should be a lesson to everybody, though. And I didn't want to turn this into a tangent about Lock Poker, but this is what I have been saying for a very long time, even in the Poker Stars and Full Tilt days. Because of the legal landscape and because of the way payment processing is going, and if you read Poker Tilt, Dutch Boyd's book, he went into a very detailed explanation about what happened with Poker Spot, that the two payment processors that he was working with stopped sending money to avoid any legal consequences. And Lock is running into a lot of those same issues. And it's certainly, you kind of had to know. It's a consumer beware thing. If you've decided that, hey, you know what, I'm going to throw $40,000 on Lock Poker, and your payment process is something you're looking at? What's going on?
Yeah, my boy Kiyoki Moore headed to the cashier's cage to buy
Brandon.
into an event.
Had to give Brandon the thumbs up there too while you were doing that. But putting a lot of money on it, especially given what happened with Full Tilt and what happened with Poker Stars and Absolute, it wasn't a smart idea.
Well, if you weren't familiar before Black Friday with the things that have happened leading up to that point, where the United States had seized $400 million and they had seized so many different bank accounts that they were holding, you knew that something was about to happen. Something was coming, because the U.S. government kept seizing all these bank accounts and processings and everything else that they could. And if you weren't paying attention, it may have come to a surprise. But if you were involved in the poker world and you knew that money was being locked up by the U.S. government, they were freezing it, you knew that they were making a move. They were getting ready to indict somebody. So, and when they were locking up Poker Stars money and Full Tilt money, you kind of knew that they were going after the big sites. They were done playing wiffle ball. They broke out the hard ball and didn't tell anybody. We were still swinging with plastic bats.
Yeah. So, now it's a situation where if you're still putting money on overseas sites,
you're taking a risk.
You are taking that big risk. And what did you I hate to say it, but what did you expect was going to happen at some point? What did you expect was going to happen? Is either going to come from the payment processing situation, which is what a lot of is happening at Lock right now. Here, we can drop that wire down. That's kind of goofy. Or they get shut down at some point. So, I think I had like $130. I have like $130 on Lock somewhere.
On Lock?
Yeah. I won it. Well, I came in second in a tournament.
You can sell that for like $13.
I can sell it for $13.
You might be able to trade like a quarter of a Bitcoin or something for it. And maybe you can
like
do a transfer from Seals with Clubs to.
Yeah.
Well, and that's another idea, that they could just switch different currencies. Would it make it easier?
No, my wife is in banking, and actually, she got a whole book
on digital currencies,
on following those processes and everything else about
like
what's going on.
Litecoin and Bitcoin, and there's a bunch of different digital currencies that you can buy out there that are much stronger than the dollar. Yeah, you heard Ted Forrest over here the other day saying how the stock market's too high right now. But it's about to crash. There's all the money's locked up. But Kiyoki Moore, everybody, Kiyoki Moore. Oh, he's got his headphones on. Dang it. He's a huge local pro. He takes on tournaments over at Ario once or twice a week, plays a lot of big cash games. Great guy.
Yeah, but it's just one of those things, guys, where the money's at, trust me, I know this for a fact. The banks are watching like a hawk.
And with the Unlawful Internet Gambling Enforcement Act still prevents banks, for instance, Wells Fargo, Chase Bank. If you have one of those cards, it's a problem making a deposit even onto the legal regulated sites here in Nevada or New Jersey or Delaware, because the banks still have a clause that no, we do not accept any type of transactions from gambling companies.
Yeah,
it's against the law.
Yeah, it's very tricky. So, I understand the anger about lock poker, but I think the real question is that number one, is it true? We don't know that it's 100% Lock's fault yet.
A duck is a duck.
They
need to make a statement saying, okay, this is why, and this is what's going to happen. Not telling people, oh yeah, go ahead and request your withdrawal.
Well, think about it.
I mean, is 9, 10, 11 months until you even get an answer saying, we might be able to send you a check this week.
I heard it's a little better than that, but still.
A little bit better than that, or longer?
9 months. A little shorter. Not much, but a little shorter.
Have you heard of somebody actually getting a check recently?
A little faster than that. But it's a very long and drawn-out process. All I'm saying is you just got to make sure that you're smart with your money.
Our buddy Jesse Capps was there, right?
On Lock?
Was it?
No.
No?
No. No, not that I know of. No, he certainly wasn't a Lock Pro. I know that. But
who was the Lock Pro that we interviewed over on the KLAV show?
Jason Lee was on there. It's been a struggle. There's no question about it. So, it's a consumer beware thing. Hey, good luck, guys. Dennis Phillips walking by there. Yeah, but, be smart.
His girl's carrying a bouquet of flowers.
Yes, she was. Dennis probably was smart and got her flowers and made her happy.
He's the one at the final table, and he's buying her flowers.
We sound like we're like ADD right now. We keep bouncing all over the place. Anyway. But,
stay focused.
Yeah, stay focused, kids. But the lock poker situation, man, it is what it is. My personal advice is don't put any money on Lock.
Don't put any money on any unregulated sites.
Yeah.
Move to Nevada, and we'll make the player pool bigger. Come play with us.
Stay legal.
Come play with us.
Pretty easy.
There's lots of houses in Nevada for sale. You don't have to live in Vegas. You can go live by Area 51 where there's nothing else.
Go live in Pahrump.
Where it's legal to hump. It's out of Clark County. Prostitution is legal in the state of Nevada, just not in Clark County.
I understand that.
Okay. In Pahrump, it's legal to hump.
Okay.
That's just local knowledge.
Let's take a break. We'll be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show. We'll see who can get to stop by here and keep an eye on what's happening at the World Series of Poker. And, Nate can go to Pahrump. We'll be right back.
RunGoodGear.com is one of poker's premier online stores for apparel. Their mission is to provide poker players with stylish and comfortable clothes for their daily grind. You've probably seen Run Good Gear at the World Series of Poker through Run Good Poker Pro Rob Salaburo, or around the country through the WSOP circuit. Today, RunGoodGear.com is the place to go to gear up for the poker fell. So go there now with the promo code HOKE, that's HOKE, for 10% off your entire online purchase. Remember Hoke. Now go gear up.
When it comes to custom poker tables, why would you buy something someone else designed and even named for their sales or marketing purposes? The Nighthawk, the Gambler, the Big Slick, the Nuts. Sure, you can customize it if you want, as long as you choose between black, red, or even green cloth, but that's about it. When you choose to play off tilt, it's not just another table, it's your table. The same price gets you a fully custom designed table that reflects your style and game. Off tilt makes it easy to design a truly one-of-a-kind custom poker table that'll give you home table advantage. Sure, Off Tilt could name their tables for marketing purposes, but why? It's not ours. We don't play on it. And to be honest, there are over 1,000 named Off Tilt tables worldwide, including the WSOP, the Deep Stacks Poker Tour, the Jonathan Papelbon, as well as Julie's, Chris's, Scott's, Amber's, Tristan's, just to name a few. So let us add your name to the list and deliver a truly custom-crafted, furniture-quality poker table worthy of your game. Visit www.offtiltpokertables.com or call Brian Knott today at 262-490-3812. We'll show you why Off Tilt is the only way to play.
Sports bettors, tired of getting beat every week at your sportsbook? It's time to stop guessing and start winning. We all know cash is king, and it's time to let the team at Double-Digit Covers come to the rescue to help you get the positive cash flow you need to live the life you've always dreamed about. Tony Dos and his all-star sports handicapping team will be in your corner to help you beat the point spread, bring excitement and winning to your betting experience, and build your bankroll to levels you never thought possible. Get free winning sports information at doubledigitcovers.com. Stop guessing and start winning today at doubledigitcovers.com.
Call now for today's free winner. 1-855-489-2700. That's 1-855-489-2700.
At Team Poker Joker, we build innovative, high-performance, poker-focused apparel designed to keep you cool and calm in tough situations. Wait, no we don't. We've just got a cool brand representing the suits of this beautiful game called poker. Our gear won't make you better, but it will keep a smile on your face. So don't be so serious and show you know how to have fun. Get your Poker Joker gear today at TeamPokerJoker.com. Grin and win today at TeamPokerJoker.com.
9 poker players on a dramatic path to glory with unbelievable twists and turns that will keep you on the edge of your seat. It's the Final 9 comic from Room 110 Publishing. Go to final9comic.com to download the first issue preview and get ready for the official launch coming soon. 9 will become one way or another. Final9comic.com. And for more details, make sure to follow them on Twitter and like them on Facebook at Final 9 Comic.
The heat is on. Whether you're in the hot seat of a major poker tournament or just dealing with everyday life, stay cool with a brand new Arctic Blue cooling towel. Just wet your reusable and durable Arctic Blue cooling towel in cold water and you'll have instant cooling relief at your fingertips for up to 5 hours. The towel is lightweight and pliable, so you can keep it handy no matter where you are. Plus, it's absorbent enough to make sure you and your clothes stay dry while you stay cool. No need to sweat it out no matter what you're doing when you have an Arctic Blue cooling towel handy. So get the same cooling towel used by professional athletes, poker players, first responders, physical therapists, U.S. automakers, and even reality TV stars. So what are you waiting for? Visit them today at arcticblu.com and pick yours up today. Plus, enter the discount code MarkHokeShow when you check out and get 15% off plus free shipping to keep some of your cold hard cash in your wallet. It's like the Arctic Blue Bear says, it's not cool to be hot. So pick up your Arctic Blue cooling towel today.
One man, his lucky shirt, an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high-quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill-fitting clothing. Because like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit blindsquirrelapparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Masura stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel Apparel.
Your business and promotion will only go as far as your website will take you. That's why the Mark Hoke Show has only trusted one name for over 2 years, BlueRail.net. Whether you need custom website design and development packages or simply need a host for your website, Blue Rail is the only developer to turn to. It's time to discover the world-class personalized service only the Blue Rail team can provide. Visit us at BlueRail.net and call 520-822-5128 right now for your free consultation today. So get on board at BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go?
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
This is The Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
everybody got a good look at me on camera during the commercial because this gentleman, kind of a jokerish kind of fella who I'd met earlier here at the World Series, just punted the camera tripod. Oh, my God. He was trying to tell me a joke, and boom! We're back on the Mark Hoke Show. What a... God, it's just been a concert of ineptitude. Hi, Lupe. How you doing? It has been a concert of ineptitude this weekend here at the World Series of Poker. This weekend gets about a D- for area spectators, etc. It hasn't been good.
You know, I expected a really large rail over there for the seniors event.
Oh.
And I went over, and there's nobody standing in front. And I thought about it for a second. Oh, yeah, it's a seniors event. They all probably wanted a seat. And then I go up, and there's actually a spectator in one of the little electric wheelchairs, actually down in the final table area watching.
Oh, well, that's good.
Which is really rare.
That's really good. Nice.
Yeah.
They can follow us on Mark Hoke Show on Twitter and like us on Mark Hoke Show on Facebook, and
they can.
Yeah,
and they will.
Anybody.
Please do.
We can do that.
Mark needs followers.
I love followers. I got a bunch of followers. I don't have Kev Math followers. I'm not in that league yet, but it's exponentially increasing.
Well,
it's good.
Honestly,
I didn't put a whole lot into Twitter until about a year ago or so. Really didn't put too much into it.
You know,
I was more worried about Facebook, and that's not.
It took me a long time to get a Facebook. I've been on Twitter for years with my at Vegas Tales, Tales, and then I made Grinding Grounds just 2 years ago.
Yep. So give us follow on Twitter and like on Facebook. We'd appreciate it. And of course, don't forget KLAV 12:30 a.m. Wednesdays 3 p.m. baby. Oh yeah.
Replayed Fridays at 9.
That is correct.
And then soon coming in June,
K-Bad 9:20 the game.
a.m.
I should know. Have our details of when our first air date will be. Probably on Monday or Tuesday.
Good.
Dan dropped me a line, and I tried to call him back and missed him. So we'll get to talk to Dan about Wsop.
I love phone tag.
Yeah, I'll drop an email too. We'll get it squared up. But yeah, pretty cool stuff there. By the way, I gotta deviate for a minute into the world of sports.
Oh no.
And some pop culture, because there is some weird. I don't know. I don't even know what to say going on outside of these walls right now. Of course, the NBA Finals going on, and LeBron and the boys trying to knock off San Antonio. That one's close right now. Where's Miami Boss now putting on that bet? Rat bastard made me do push-ups last year. On air.
On air.
On air. It was a very disappointing situation for me. But that's the way it goes. California Chrome, by the way, losing the Triple Crown yesterday. And apparently his trainer's flipping the hell out.
Why?
Or his owner, I don't know. I didn't even read the article. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
It's a horse race.
Well, so it's kind of a big one. That's a $10 million check for the win. He pulled it off, so I'd be a little upset too. Maybe venting a little bit.
Well.
Not the easiest thing to do. My Orioles, they were having fun with the Oakland A's. My Birds, you know what was going on? Do you want to hear this?
No.
I don't care. So
just being honest.
So in the first game of the series on Friday, Manny Machado, who's coming off a pretty serious knee injury, was running to third base, and the third baseman decided to chase him around and kind of shove tagged him, and it threw Manny off balance, and he kind of stumbled back and fell down. He really didn't appreciate the shove tag, considering his knee is still kind of healing a little bit. Wasn't good. So then in today's game, one of the Oakland A's threw at his ankles and made him kind of jump out, and he was a little pissed. He's a little pissed. You don't throw low on a guy who's got a messed up knee.
If you're not healthy, you can go on the injured list.
Oh, he's healthy now, but you still got to be careful.
Then.
You got to be careful. So then the next
miles
pitch
an hour can hurt you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Whether you're healthy or not.
Yeah. Paul Volpe, everybody.
The man, the myth, the bracelet holder.
And then the next pitch, Manny, the bat must have slipped out of Manny's hands because it went flying down the third baseline. It was a really kind of an interesting release, and the pitcher and Manny both got ejected. I didn't understand the pitcher getting thrown out after he'd already thrown at the guy the pitch before. That would have been the time to eject the pitcher instead of the pitch afterward. But, yeah, so fun stuff going on out there. And the Miss USA pageant is going on as well.
Oh.
Now,
do you have a favorite?
Well, apparently Twitter does. Okay,
Twitter has a favorite.
I have no idea how this is working now because, here's what I remember from watching the USA pageant at some point in my life. You got the 51 girls, the ladies. They whittle it down to like 10 and then 6 and then select a winner. Well, apparently there is some sort of idiotic Twitter contest to save a contestant. Apparently it's like the American Idol save going on. And the one that is trending right now is from one of my favorite states, North Dakota. Yeah, I know this is
Welcome to our poker show, everybody.
This is so freaking stupid. We have hashtag Save the Queen North Dakota, which is great. I approve of saving the girl from North Dakota. But are you freaking kidding me? A Twitter save for the Miss USA pageant?
I have no comment.
Exactly. It's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. So, yeah. But the reason I saw it was Meredith McCannell, who did some of the commentary interviewing for Deep Stacks. It was, of course, a former Miss Montana. Very nice lady, and I follow her on Twitter, and I saw her hashtag that, and I had to say, what's going on? Okay. So if Meredith was trying to save the Queen North Dakota, I got to go with it. At least I had to look.
How's George doing over there? No.
What?
WSOP.com. You can look at the George Dancer.
I'm not even sure where I'm looking exactly. So
never mind. It's that poker game that's in the back there.
Oh, okay.
At the final table of that Raz event.
All right. Well, we'll take a look. The horse tournament is going on by 10K horse. Right now listed at 120 on the board, and we have a ton of great players still in this tournament.
Live on the air here on the Mark Hoke Show.
You bet. David Chu. David Chu, I just said hi to when he came in. David winning his 6th bracelet last year. And David Chu is an early leader on this one. Owais Ahmed in there. David Bach. He just hopped right into the horse. Tom Corral, Abe Masseri, Phil Ivey. Got picked up about 20,000 chips. He's at 50,000.
I did see him running into the Amazon room a little earlier.
Yeah, so he's up there. John Racner's got a few chips to start things off. Sean Buchanan, Mike Watson. I mean, this is always. I love this tournament. It's just such incredible talent in there. Roland Israelishvili, who knocked out of a table today. Off he goes again. Scotty Winday on the ground of David Benjamin, Bill Chen, and Nick Schulman, Eric Lindgren making his appearances today. We've seen him for the first couple of times on a board here at the World Series. John Bennett, Puchkov, Rybchenko, Icafano. How'd you like that?
He's been practicing.
How'd you like that?
He was practicing.
That was pretty slick. I couldn't plan that one out. It was just the way it was on the board. Brock Parker in there, Noah Schwartz, etc., so on. So obviously a great event, and if you want to see some of the pros, this is these 10Ks are the time to do it. But especially this horse tournament because it was just an all-star cast of poker superstars battling it out for that 10K horse trophy. I'd love to win that one.
I want the 50K.
I want the 50K, but that's a nice one to win.
It is.
That is a really nice one to win. So that event firing up right now. Let's go back, take a look, and see what else we've got happening. We want to get to the seniors. Let's take a look at the seniors. They are.
Yeah, we were just talking about retired hookers going into the Amazon.
God, you are just one track, man. God. Dan Heimiller, Donald leading the way, Donald Moss. Heimiller, well, it looks like Heimiller, they had a little bit of chip moving. Looks like Heimiller is now up to just about a 2 million chip lead. Good shot for Dan Heimiller there.
Hopefully he can close this one out and doesn't get second like he has in that WPT.
So that final table is moving forward. The 7-card Raz, just saw Brandon Shack Harris heading back into the house, and he is now about 60 I'm about 55,000 up right now, or 550,000 up right now, at 1.34 million. Braunstein's at 790. So Harris took a little hit. Braunstein got a little back. So the gap closing on that one. Todd Barlow is in third. Danzer in fourth. And the blinds are up now since they've come back from the dinner break to 30,000, 60,000 with a 7,000 ante. So
Ouch.
kids, that is costing you 90. Plus we have 6 players. Oh, and Kihara is out, by the way. So we have lost Kihara. He is finishes 7th. So it's Harris, Braunstein, Barlow, Danzer, Dukake, and Hastings. But I got to tell you, these guys, some of these guys aren't going to be in there very long where these blinds are. So obviously now you're looking at 70 times 7,000 times 6, so that's 42,000 plus throw in another 90,000. So it's costing you 132,000 chips.
And if you look at the chip stacks, there's a couple of guys only have 2 or 3 rounds in them.
Yeah, this is
if they're lucky.
This is going to be a little bit rough, but well, of course they're on bring-ins too, so they can hang in there. But
Still
but really, at this point, if you want to play a handout in 7-card Raz, you've got to face 5 streets of betting. So 5 streets of betting with 275,000 chips, you don't even have that.
I'm rooting for Las Vegas local Todd there. He's one of my newfound friends.
Yeah, well, Brandon Shaq Harris winning this event, boy, would that be a story.
It could
Storm out of nowhere, taking 2 bracelets down. Braunstein there too, and Danzer trying to get the Germans going. We have not had an international winner yet so far here at the World Series until Katai from listed from Belgium. So we had the first 15 straight Americans. But that's going to change. We are, like I said, we are starting to see.
Well, we started with the first one where actually we had the Philippines, the employee event.
But he's an American. So.
No, yeah. But
But
they did play the Philippines. Didn't they play the Philippines anthem for it?
I have no idea. It was not.
I'm pretty sure they did.
Well, we're looking at a very, but with the international contingent is starting to show up. Like I said, we're starting to see Gus Hansen. Just saw him come in here. I believe either last night or this morning.
Oh, I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him yet.
Yeah, he is here. Elke is here now. So these guys are starting to, as
Bad
we
news.
expected, starting to
That's
file in and make things a little bit more difficult. And it was interesting. I apologize for not remembering who we asked the question to, but just how does this change the dynamic of the World Series when the international players start coming in? And basically the answer is it just gets wild.
It just gets wild.
They get crazy in there. So, expect a little more wild play, some crazier hands going on as we keep it rolling here at the World Series of Poker.
Gus is going to be saving some money. He's not going to be able to play on Full Tilt Poker while he's here at the Rio.
He pulled
in Las
pulled
Vegas.
about $1.2 million backish.
Backish.
So that helped. That helped.
What did he do? Get his rake back check?
No, he won it.
Oh,
7-card Raz still
he won it back.
Still going on. So 6 players left in that one, but Brandon Shaq Harris right now in pretty solid control of that one. So wish him all the best on that. Let's see if we got anything for event number 19. If this will change, please. Thank you. Anytime, any day now. Better look out. May have Brandon Shaq Harris maybe getting following and knocking out the internet. Well, there it went. We'll get those stats up for you.
Server not found. Oh no.
It'll come back.
The last time we did that, we had a full show.
There we go.
Yeah,
there we go. 65 now left. Boy, that no limit hold'em. That event 19 is. They're dropping like flies in there. Hiran Patel, the leader. Jamie Kaplan, Max Silver, Dylan Thomasy. John Hennigan has now moved up to 5th. Brian Micon has moved up to 6th.
Wow. Again, the best actor in Lucky You. John Hennigan.
Phil Collins now down to 9th place. Lonnie Harwood has moved up to 12th. Matt Affleck is at
She was
15.
doing some PDAs today out in the hallway, kissing her boyfriend before he went into the 235.
Well, good for her.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, public displays of affection in the hallways of the Rio. That's
good for her.
Okay.
If whatever makes her happy.
You like the public displays of affection?
Hey, whatever makes her happy, it can't be that bad.
I was just jealous. He's got a great girlfriend that can beat the shit out of them in poker. And you know she was the one putting him in it. So. Have you had Lonnie on the show?
No, I haven't had Lonnie on the show yet. I just talked
If
to her.
I'd have
the other
known,
day.
I'd have grabbed her. I probably would have got slapped, but
Yeah, let's keep it under control there. Nolan Holm shootout. Let's see if we got any new updates in there. Braunstein, Lynn, Bell. Let me hit the update tab on that because with the shootout it's a little trickier because obviously these players are playing down to a couple of playing down for a final table. Yep, and Noah Braunstein has reached that final table.
nice.
Corey Kilpatrick looks like he is going to battle it out with John Dolan.
That's a tough
trying to
battle
get
right
his
there.
spot. Dylan Lind takes out Jake Cody, and Dylan Lind has now advanced. So
Jake.
Jake Cody is eliminated.
Good run for Jake, though.
Alex Boltine is fighting to stay alive in there. He is in a very tough battle here with Ifro and Narendra Banwari. Banwari well in control of that table right now at 234. Froelich at 65. Boltine at 46. Sorel Mizzi is trying to get back into his match and has closed the gap on Jack Duong. Duong at 200,000. Mizzi at 140. We still got, according to this one, 4 players on table 357.
Wow.
That's pretty deep there.
Middish.
David Danes Chagar at 123. And then you got Taylor Parr, Sylvain Loosely, and Josh Brickus. Boy, that's a deadly threesome to try and survive. But Dane Chagar trying to knock those 3 guys off and get the job done. Let's see if there's any other. Let's see. And then we have Chris Bell. Chris Bell is through to the final table, as he was the first man to reach it. And, wow, how about this pot? You ready for this one? How'd you like to win a shootout like this? Marcus Mizzi limps from the button. Mike Pickett, short stack, goes all in for his last 20,000. Bell was the big stack. Then 3 bets it to 100,000 for the big blind. Mizzi snap calls, and it's a 3-way all in, and it is Mizzi with an ace-king, Pickett with an ace-5, Bell with 9s. The 9s hold up and actually hit a 9 on the flop.
Locking that
just
spot
to say,
up. Oh, he had to just love that.
That's a way to win a shootout.
It is.
Because you just get, because we all know
2 with 1.
We all know how volatile heads up can be sometimes, and you just don't want to be messing around with that too much.
So
actually to not have to go heads up is cool.
That's fantastic. That's
a good
dream.
way to do it.
That's a dream come true in a shootout.
Yeah.
Where it's a shootout for the final table of the World Series. That's a dream come true right there. Not having to play heads up. Nobody's gonna get luck box out on you.
Nananovic. Hey, goodbye. So nice run by Chris Bell, as he will be one of 3 players that has reached the final table at this point. Boy, I don't know if that's the monitors or what. Jack Effel is a superstar. Do you want to say hi to everybody, Jack? Do you have a second? Come on. I don't want to take up much of your time.
No, I'll just say hi.
Well, Jack, he's leaning right in front of the camera there. They're seeing your elbow.
Oh, they see my elbow.
Yeah, they see your elbow.
How's everybody doing? Ladies and gentlemen, we're here at the Mark Hoke Poker Hour show. What we got? What is your show?
Mark Hoke
Mark
Show.
Hoke Show, right?
Yeah,
Mark
yeah.
Hoke Show.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. How's it going, fellas? Everybody good?
Well, is it good for you is the question.
Well, it's only good for me if it's good for everyone else, because my job is to make sure everyone is happy.
Well, I need some champagne down here, maybe a Maserati, drive around for a couple of days.
Crystal's on the way. I'll pull a Maserati around. I got 2 or 3 out here that somebody's driving. I'm sure we can find you one.
Bang, done. Rock and roll.
You need some poker chips? You need to go play? What do you need? Come on,
sure, just put me in the...
you need a bracelet. I'll get an extra one out of the cabinet. And
that'd be cool.
Just put it on your wrist.
That's awesome. No, just get me a seat in the one drop.
One drop, no problem. Done.
It's
done. It's easy.
Yeah.
See, it's that easy. All you have to do is ask Jack Effel, and he'll deliver.
That is a winner. I love this man. I really do.
Soon.
Jack Effel, everybody.
Speaking of the one drop.
Yes. What about the one drop?
You can buy a piece. Jason Mercier has put out a calling. He's for 10.5. You can buy a share of his $1 million action.
$10.50.
Yeah, right. You wish. You absolutely wish.
I would love to buy. I'd love to buy into somebody for $10 into the one drop.
If you've got 10 grand, $500 to add to it, and you can buy a piece of Jason Mercier for the one drop.
Mercier.
Mercier.
Yes.
Yeah.
He doesn't like when you say Mercier.
Yeah. Still.
He kind of makes.
Yeah. Okay.
Just trying to help you
Mercier.
out, just in case the time comes.
Yeah. He's awesome though.
Would you
He's
buy?
if I had
would
had
you-
an extra 10K, yes. If I was going to buy a piece, I would love to buy a piece of Jason's.
Is he your
action.
first choice?
He
Honestly, look at. Okay, let me get the media guy.
he would be one of my first choices.
One of.
One of
Aha,
yes,
one of.
one of my first choices.
One of
if,
your first
if
choices.
If it was all of it, it would be Vanessa. Vanessa Selps first.
So let's
John Robert Ballond last.
Let's have some fun with you here, Nate. Let's play a game. Let's play a game.
Please.
We're gonna play. Would you buy a piece of this person in the one drop or not?
Okay.
All right.
Absolutely.
So let's say, let's make it a more interesting piece than 10,000. Let's say you could buy in for 100,000.
Ooh.
You had to buy in for
10%.
100,000, 10% of somebody for the one drop.
Is there a markup?
Let's just say no markup for it.
Ooh, I'm game.
Okay.
No markup.
Let's just say no markup. All right. So here's your list of players. All right. Would you buy a piece of this player for the one drop? Max Altergott, German poker pro.
No.
Out of this list, probably not. Bobby Baldwin. Would you buy a piece of Bobby Baldwin?
Possibly. Very possibly. One of
That's
the best ancient players available. Yes.
Given the field, I'd say no. But he's not a bad choice. He knows what he's doing to these.
Yes,
Jean
he does.
Robert Ballon.
He's-
Would you buy $100,000 into Jean Robert
Not
Ballon?
with your money.
Jungle Man Daniel Cates. Very interesting name there. Would you buy a piece of the Jungle Man?
Because of the field, no.
I think I'd buy a piece of the Jungle Man.
Okay.
I think I would definitely consider buying a piece of the Jungle Man. That's not a bad choice. David Einhorn finished third in the event, I believe, last year. Businessman. Pretty experienced player.
No.
No. I agree. Antonio Sfondiari, you get 100,000.
In a second.
Yeah, in a second you buy Antonio. Phil Galfond. Would you buy a piece of Phil Galfond?
Yes, I would buy a piece of Phil Gelfond. Absolutely. He is an absolute rock star, also a Michigander.
You're going to spend a lot of money here, just to let you know.
That's okay.
Anthony Gregg, of course, won the the big one draw. Wow.
No.
I got to say, I would be willing to buy a piece of Anthony Gregg.
All right.
He's darn good. Now, here's a name, Philip Grusom.
Yeah. No.
He's been ripping it up and knows how to. Oh, this man knows how to win a high roller.
Yeah.
Given the list, I'd probably say no, but I'd be tempted if the offer came up. Isaac Haxton.
Ooh.
Probably the top player in the world to never win a bracelet. Would you buy a piece of the hack? Look at this. This one's got him a little bit.
It does, just because his heads-up game needs improvement. Yes. Yes, I would. Yes, I would if it was the last one. If there was only 10% left of him, everybody else has already bought up the other 9 shares.
So you'd be like,
yes.
if so,
only if it was already locked.
Nicholas Heinecker, German pro.
No.
Wow. Just snap calls, Nicholas Heinecker. Would you buy a piece of Phil Ivey?
In a heartbeat.
No, I wouldn't buy a piece of Phil Ivey.
You know why I'd buy a piece of Phil Ivey?
What?
Because of the card sorting ordeal. He's got that magic eye. He knows what you're holding, not because of your tells, but because he sees that little dot on that card that you don't.
I wouldn't buy a piece of Phil Ivey. Who's Phil Ivey? No, I'm kidding. I'd definitely buy a piece of Phil Ivey.
Says the guy that got an exclusive interview with him yesterday.
Igor Kurganov, Russian poker pro. Dangerous player.
He is. No.
No, not in this group. Guy La Liberté, would you buy a piece of the Guy?
I would. I would walk him in. I would sit him down. I would shine his shoes for him. Get him anything he'd like. I would do anything that man asked me to do, except for put him in the tournaments. He's a fabulous man. Absolutely fabulous man.
He is a very good poker player.
Not only is he a good poker player, he's a great organizer of people also. And if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have this beautiful one drop.
Jason Mercier.
Yes. In a heartbeat.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably consider it. I don't know if he's in my top 5, though, in this group. I just don't know. I'd have to really kind of sort through it. Paul Newey, UK businessman.
No.
No, I agree.
If it says businessman, just no, I wouldn't.
Now Bill Perkins is a very interesting one because Bill is a quite experienced player. He's made deep runs in tournaments before.
But again, he's
very
not
talented.
a pro. He's really not a businessman either. He's a hedge fund manager. And
well, that means he's a businessman. He's considered in the businessman category. Right. So, but Perkins, playing on the Alpha 8 shows, he's been out there for a while. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I wouldn't buy a piece of Bill Perkins.
Not in this.
Fabian Quas.
No.
Oh, tough one to turn down there, but yeah, probably not. Vivek Raj Kumar, would you buy a piece of Vivek?
No, and not for anything that Vivek's ever done or anything, but because there's so many more people in that you haven't let out yet that I've got reservations.
Yeah. Brian Rast.
Yes.
There's a name.
Yes.
I think I would. Yeah.
Yes.
Because Rasty really, I thought he was going to win this last year or 2 years ago.
High roller mania, absolutely. Any high roller, he would have all of my money. If I had $1 million, I'd put Brian in myself.
Tobias Renkenmeyer, German pro.
No.
Well, you just don't like the German pros.
I don't.
They're tough.
I'm not part German.
They're having a great year this year. A lot of them. I'm waiting to see if Ole Shimeon's going to try and get in this thing. That I'll tell you what, if that kid gets in there, you better watch out. That is going to be scary because the one edge that he'll have if he does get in this is, people are just starting to get familiar with his game a little bit, and he's going to have a pretty good opportunity to pick some of these guys off that are going to have no clue what to do with them. Andrew Roble.
Yes.
I don't think I'd buy a piece of Andrew given the field. I mean, if you're telling me, I'm looking at like taking a piece of Cates and Esfandiari and Galfon, Anthony Gregg, Phil Ivey. See the name it whittles down pretty quickly.
I completely respect them as the grinder Mizrachi. The Florida poker pros are very far and few between, but they're really great players. I believe that Roble will have a great success in this tournament. I really do.
I like this name better than Roble. Noah Schwartz. Would you buy a piece of Noah Schwartz? He's one of those guys that's kind of right on the line of, I think, of would you or wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Now, I think I'd have a hard time turning down Noah Schwartz. He's pretty darn good. Eric Seidel. That's an intriguing name.
The Cyborg.
That's an intriguing name for this tournament. Would you buy into Seidel?
All of it.
All of it? All right.
All of it. He's a machine.
Vanessa Selbst.
Right now, I'll give you $2 million.
Yeah, I definitely buy with Vanessa Selbst.
I would. I'd give her $2 million to play it for me.
Now this one's an interesting name. Brandon Stephen. Of course, Brandon has been around for a very long time. Near a final table. I think he was an unofficial final tableist 1 year in the main event, and is just very talented. Is Brandon Stephen a go-to kind of a dark horse for you here in this thing?
He could be. He's a great player.
Yeah. Sam Trickett.
No.
No on
Sam Trickett. I know he took second place and blah, blah, blah. No on Sam Trickett.
Oh, I got to have a piece of Sam Trickett if I was there. Christoph Vogelsang, German pro.
No.
Then the rest we have a bunch right now, a bunch of anonymouses. Would you buy into one of the satellite guys? That's intriguing because you especially know the satellite here. That was
it's a $25K, right?
$25K buy-in. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Given the field that played in that satellite 2 years ago,
and the field that's only going to attract $25,000 players. Yeah, I would absolutely take the winner of that. Or any of the satellites, whether it be at the Aria, because they're having a satellite at the Aria also.
And the Bellagio. So it double. I think I'd buy into the one here for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Somebody
send Mark a $25K chip, will you? If you still got one left over from the bandit over at the Bellagio or something, send Mark a $25,000.
Ship it.
Yeah. Send him a chip.
All right.
What's the rake on that?
I don't know. I have no idea. I'd have to look that up. We'll check that out.
Remember, it is a charity event, so the rake's going to be a little high.
Yeah. All right. Hey, we have to get our second commercial break in. Got to make sure we do that before the night is through. So let's step back, take another break, and we'll be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show live at the World Series of Poker. The hallways aren't that live, but we are.
We are. Well, the reason why the hallways aren't live is because the 10K is going on back there. Anybody's back there.
Everybody's playing tonight. Having a good time. Stick around, everybody. We will be right back.
Boom. The heat is on. Whether you're in the hot seat of a major poker tournament or just dealing with everyday life, stay cool with a brand new Arctic Blue cooling towel. Just wet your reusable and durable Arctic Blue cooling towel in cold water, and you'll have instant cooling relief at your fingertips for up to 5 hours. The towel is lightweight and pliable, so you can keep it handy no matter where you are. Plus, it's absorbent enough to make sure you and your clothes stay dry while you stay cool. No need to sweat it out, no matter what you're doing, when you have an Arctic Blue cooling towel handy. So get the same cooling towel used by professional athletes, poker players, first responders, physical therapists, U.S. automakers, and even reality TV stars. So what are you waiting for? Visit them today at arcticblu.com and pick yours up today. Plus, enter the discount code MarkHokeShow when you check out and get 15% off plus free shipping to keep some of your cold hard cash in your wallet. It's like the Arctic Blue Bear says, it's not cool to be hot. So pick up your Arctic Blue cooling towel today.
One man, his lucky shirt, an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high-quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill-fitting clothing. Because like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit blindsquirrelapparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Masura stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel Apparel.
I'm Dutch Boyd, two-time WSOP bracelet winner, and I want to share my story with you. 12 years as a pro has taught me a lot. For the last year, I've boiled it all down into a tell-all book, 90,000 words. In Poker Tilt, I take you on my journey through all the ups and downs that poker has to offer, all the manic highs and hellish lows of every bad beat and lucky draw. So go to www.pokertilt.com to read more, or just go buy the new book on Amazon or Kindle. Right now, pokertilt.com. I guarantee you'll enjoy the ride.
Your business and promotion will only go as far as your website will take you. That's why the Mark Hoke Show has only trusted one name for over 2 years, BlueRail.net. Whether you need custom website design and development packages or simply need a host for your website, Blue Rail is the only developer to turn to. It's time to discover the world-class personalized service only the Blue Rail team can provide. Visit us at BlueRail.net and call 520-822-5128 right now for your free consultation today. So get on board at BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go?
Tough day at the Veld? Get off tilt and unstuck by escaping to the desert for an extreme off-road adventure with Sun Buggy Fun Rentals. We have the biggest fleet of off-road vehicles known in the universe. And since we know poker players aren't exactly early risers, we now offer after-dark tours for all you night owls. And don't forget to stop by the Mark Hope Show WSOP booth at the Rio to win a free Sun Buggy experience. Please call us 24/7 at 1-866-728-4443 and visit us at www.sunbuggy.com. Call us now and take the off-road ride of your life with Sun Buggy Fun Rentals.
9 poker players on a dramatic path to glory with unbelievable twists and turns that will keep you on the edge of your seat. It's the Final 9 comic from Room 110 Publishing. Go to final9comic.com to download the first issue preview and get ready for the official launch coming soon. 9 will become 1, one way or another. Final9comic.com. And for more details, make sure to follow them on Twitter and like them on Facebook at Final 9 Comic.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
Now, let's return to the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
That's me. Hey. What's up, y'all? Nate Dowland over here. Yeah, Nate, you got to slide over because I forgot to mention the camera punt.
After we got punted?
Yes, the camera got punted.
I gotta come up to Hoke here.
Get away from me. I'm wearing this Nike Run Goodyear jacket. Temporarily.
It's slimming.
Because I left my book. Oh, I love this thing. It's comfy, cozy, happy.
I'm freezing. I should have grabbed one.
You should have. I don't know what you were thinking, man. But then you smoke. You can't wear one of those when you're smoking. These are for sale in the Mark Hoke Show booth.
Did somebody set me on fire?
I'm just saying. I want to do a follow-up on. Well, we've got about 15 minutes left. I want to do a quick follow-up on this GPI thing.
This GPI thing.
This is pretty cool because I want to back it up to the one drop. But let's take a fast look and see if we have any more updates before we.
Vanessa Selbst,
before we break away. If I can find the. Give me a
Scott
second
Seaver, number 3.
Yeah. Now don't spoil this yet. Don't spoil this yet. But let's put up. Let's go back and take a look at some of the events happening. So we have a couple final tables going on right now here at the World Series Poker Senior event. We've got the 7-card Raz. As soon as WSOP.com gives me some updates. And Dan Heimiller has opened it up even more here in the. How about that? Dan Heimiller now. We got an interview with Dan Heimiller from Poker News. I'm sure he's thrilled to take his dinner break to do that, but he did it. Heimiller has now opened the lead to 4,140,000.
Last night after he was done playing, he sent out a tweet saying, "Who wants to go to the movies with me? I want to go see that new Tom Cruise movie."
Yeah.
So he wasn't even. He's just doing his regular old thing. He's not panicking. He's just playing poker. He's having some fun out here.
He's been around for a long time and as a veteran of many WSOP final tables. David Tran in second at 1.6 million, so a nice 2.5 million chip cushion for Dan Heimiller right now. Donald Moss in third, 1.48. Dennis Phillips has moved up to fourth, but actually he's picked up a few chips at 1.245. David Smith, Doc Barry, Jim Custer, Anthony Wise, David Vita, Michael Frederick gets screwed as the unofficial final table appendix chop off. You were there, but you weren't, according to us.
Poor guy.
10th place.
Headed back to Michigan without the bracelet, but good cash. Great way to. You got there. You got to the unofficial final table.
All right, 7-card Raz also going on right now too, and as we expected, we're gonna start seeing some guys dropping here real quick. Todd Dukaki is now out in 6th place, and this table's starting to get pretty darn nasty at this point. Brandon Shack Harris, George Danzer has now moved up to 2nd. The German, as I picked Germany to be my number 2 country here at the World Series this year, George Danzer.
Now, if Danzer was on that list of German players, I would throw money at George.
Sorry, I got to go with some of the other Germans right now before Danzer.
Really?
But, like Shimeon, for example, the number 1 in the GPI. Yeah. Todd Barlow, 640. Shaq Harris, 1.34 million. Danzer at 710. Barlow, 640. Bronstein at 281. Hastings at 250. So right now, this is a pretty good opportunity for Harris to kind of put himself in this position to maybe get a 2-1 chip lead in this thing before they get heads up. If he can just kind of pick a guy off here or there, if he can clean out the other 2 guys, that would give him another $500,000 in chips. So maybe 1.8 and Danzer Barlow, try and clear Barlow out, possibly whoever it ends up being, but down to 5 in that 7-card Raz tournament. So this is going to be an exciting finish to the night tonight. That's for darn sure. Pretty cool. Now I want to ask you a couple questions about relating to the one drop in the GPI, because there's some names that we did not hear on that list. And I'm just going to ask, would you like to see them in the one drop? If they could get the backing, would you like to see them in the one drop or not? First one is, of course, the 21-year-old Wunderkind. I should say Wunderkind. Foley Shimeon, who is
Volkswagen,
who is the number one player in the GPI right now. Would you like to see only in the one drop?
Why not?
Absolutely. Get that kid in there. Get that 20-year-old fireballer in there like Doc Gooden coming up. let him roll, baby. Vanessa Selps is in. Scott Seaver. Kind of surprised. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Scott does play a lot of, a fair amount of high rollers. Would you like to see Scott Seaver in there? Do you think it'd be good for Scott to, is it worth his time to play the thing?
It's a confidence level thing. When you're putting $1 million on the line, it's about confidence. Scott has a lot of confidence.
It would be interesting. I don't know if that would excite too many people, but it'd be fun to see Scott in there. Negreanu is
He'd have
4.
a chance to win it.
Negreanu is 4. Mercier is 5. Byron Kaverman is in 6 of the GPI. Would you like to see Byron Kaverman in there? I don't know if that's his kind of thing.
Uneventful.
Yeah, I don't know if that's his kind of thing. Philip Grissom, we talk about Dan Smith, the ever dangerous Dan Smith.
Yeah.
I'd
love to see Dan
He'd
Smith.
be intriguing in there. This would be a guy that I would love to see be able to play it if he could. That would be Paul Volpe, the number 9 guy who's he's going to move up now. Yeah, I don't think people realize Paul is number 9 in the GPI. That's pretty,
especially after that bracelet.
That's pretty damned impressive. Yeah. So
that is including his bracelet win now.
I'm not sure when this was last updated, but Paul Volpe,
according to his points, it looks like it's there.
Do you think Paul would have a chance to win that thing? Because I don't think Paul didn't think he had a chance to win. I don't know if he'd play it. He did just knock off Daniel Negreanu, Brian Rast. It's a
54-man tournament. Anybody, literally anybody, could win this.
I'd like to see
anybody that's in it can win it.
Jonathan Duhamel.
Duhamel? No.
I think it'd be fun, but
no.
I hear you.
I disagree.
Stephen Chidwick is up there as well. So we have Chidwick, Timex, and Sir Watts. Sir Watts I like in there. Timex.
It'd be more fun to watch Timex than it would be Jonathan Duhamel.
Yeah, but oh really? I don't know about that. Now here's a guy I'd love to see in this thing, Marvin Rettenmeyer. I'd love to see Marvin Rettenmeyer in the one drop. If
Marvin would like to see himself in the tournament.
If he would win the one drop, the party Las Vegas would be shut down. It's over. We just have Davide Katai is 15th in there. Martine Finger, Alex Billicore, any of those names cranking it up for you? No?
No.
Shannon Shore.
Interesting.
Interesting to see if he was in there. David Peters.
Nah.
Thomas Muehlacher. That is a player 20th in the GPI, and I'm not really sure who he is. That's terrible. Mikul Pahuja, the WPT Player of the Year.
Who's his brother?
Vinny.
Yeah.
I don't know if McCool's quite ready for that stage yet.
Why not?
It would be interesting. I mean, I love the Pahuja brothers. They're both great players. Yeah, but I'm not sure how that would go. Now, there's Olivier Bousquet is a player that would be awesome to see him play this thing.
That's true.
That would be exciting. Joe Sirac would be an interesting player in there, too. He's 24th in GPI right now.
Wow. Very, very high.
That would be a... I don't think that's... Like I said, I don't think that one's Joe's style. I don't know.
Cup of tea.
Yeah, I mean, Joe's not the kind of guy to take $1 million and put it into one tournament. But he'd be an intriguing name, but I don't think he'd be in there.
Well, which one of the 4 grindettes would we put in? I think that's the best question yet this evening. Out of the 4 grindettes that are out there, Jennifer Shahady, Jamie Kerstetter. Shahady.
Close.
Sorry.
Close.
Yeah.
They're all equipped to handle it. I mean, I think they're all good enough to play it. I mean, in terms of hanging in there, I mean, they do all right. If I had to pick one of them to go, I don't know, probably either Stone or Kerstetter. Either Stone or Kerstetter.
I like Kerstetter. I'd give Kerstetter $100,000 to go for sure.
We've also got Dan O'Brien.
No.
Matt Stout.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. We got Noah Schwartz. Matt Glantz is a name I'd love to see in there, and then Eugene Katcheloff is right there too. That would be two guys I'd like to see play this thing. And you keep going down here. So let's see if there's.
Is Helmuth already brought in?
I didn't see his name on the list yet. He had to. Well, he satellited in last year, actually.
Did he?
Yeah,
he won the.
He won that last seat over at Aria.
Oh.
Trying to see down here who else would be fun. Jeff Madsen.
Yes. Absolutely. Jeff, please get in the one drop.
Very
Please get in the
name
one
there.
drop, Jeff.
Stephen O'Dwyer. I think Stephen would do very well in there.
Madsen. You just say a name to me again like Madsen.
Elke?
No.
Don't like Elke? All right.
No, give me
a Matt Salzberg in the one drop. No, that would be intriguing.
Kenneth James. Put Kenneth James in the one drop.
Yeah, so there's some interesting names for the one drop.
Anybody in the GPI's top 300 would do as best they could against that field. So
Antonio's 99. He's got to move it up a little bit. He's got to get going. Play a little more poker.
Look at the money list. He's just fine.
Yeah, he won a ton of it at a pretty good chunk of that at the first one drop.
Yeah.
Not that he wasn't up there in the money list anyway, but that certainly didn't hurt. Just a little bit.
Just took him everywhere he needed to go. Now, if Daniel Negreanu wins the one drop this year, he will so surpass Antonio and anybody else.
I know we looked at that the other night. Let me see if I can find that list here real quick. I'm kind of typing
all-time money leaders.
Yeah, let me yank that up for you. We've got a couple minutes left here on the show.
It's Antonio, and then Daniel, and then is it Helmuth?
It goes Antonio Sfondiari, $26 million. So right now, we're playing for a $20 million prize on this thing. So obviously, anybody that has winnings of about $6.5 million up could conceivably take over the lead. Antonio's at 26, Negreanu at 21.
I think if Negreanu or Antonio, either one of them win it, I don't think anybody will ever
Joe
catch
Sirac,
them.
one of the top 26 players in the world according to the GPI. How about that? We know our stuff on that one. Negreanu's at 21, Ivy's at 21, Seidel's at 20, Trickett's at 20, Helmuth is at 18. So Helmuth is in 6. John Jawanda.
Yeah.
Get him in the one drop. That would be interesting. That doesn't seem like his kind of dance in there either. He could handle it, no question. But just doesn't seem like a name that would jump at putting down $1 million for a poker tournament. Jawanda's at 16. Grinder is at 14. Duhamel is at 12. We still have Jamie Gold there in 10th at $12 million.
He was at one time way higher than that, though.
Well, yeah, because a lot of these guys kept winning, and Jamie,
But
unfortunately.
if you actually click on Jamie's tag there, how many events has he ever cashed in?
Oh, we'll take a look. Hashem's later. Hashem's at 11. Scotty Wynn 11. Alan Cunningham at 11. Justin Kwong Van Tran is at 11. Carlos Mortensen. Where is Carlos Mortensen in the one drop?
I've seen him. I haven't seen him. He's here. He's here.
Yeah.
Wow. That's that would be money I'd put down.
Oh, absolutely.
He is the best no limit player.
Then you have Peter Eastgate and Greg Merson, of course, both winning the main event.
Neither would ever play the main or the one drop.
I think Greg would if he had the chance. Greg's pretty damn tough.
But also smart, where he wouldn't want to put down $1 million.
Yeah. Well, if he got
there's
backed,
no
I'm
reason.
sure he'd do it.
Yeah. TJ Cloutier.
Men, how about Men the Master?
What, you want to bring in some fake chips? Just kidding.
TJ Cloutier, Mike McDonald, Eric Lindgren. Eric Lindgren would be an intriguing name if he was able to get the backing. He'd be an intriguing name. Look, Eric Lindgren is for a little while was considered the best player in the world.
It's a 54-man. He was considered the best player in the world without a bracelet. No, I don't think he was ever considered the best player in the world. He was considered the best player without a bracelet.
When he was on that roll in WPT and tearing everybody apart and winning bracelets, there were many people that considered Eric Lindgren the best player in the world. Many. It was, obviously we can every year there's a
the best player without a bracelet. Well, I'll leave it at that.
There you go. Joe Cotta's in there, Joseph Chung, Grissom, Greg, Boy, Mike Matusow in the one drop. Could you get Mike Matusow in the one drop?
Yeah. Especially after he makes all this movie off the... I heard Nicolas Cage was approached to be Mike Matusow.
Oh, dear God.
Now, I did see a story that Seth Rogen would make a good one, and they even like put Seth in
Seth
like a...
Rogen?
Yeah, well, if you actually take a look at Seth Rogen in the picture that they made of Seth's face on Mike's body, it worked.
Okay.
It really did work as Seth Rogen as Mike Matusow. Really did work.
My buddy might work as Mike Matusow's too, but they're not going to sign me up.
No, you're a lot shorter and a little bit chunkier than Mike Matusow.
Yeah, funny guy. They should make Pius Hines come over just to plunk down the $8 million that he won in the main event. Let's get $1 million back in the.
Just get the
ran away and hid. Yeah, so
ran away and hid. They took a lot of money from him in taxes.
But I'm just saying, we didn't really see him much out on the circuit after he won the main event.
Well,
just a little bit. Yeah,
good for him.
But some intriguing names there. I mean, this would be, it's all the closer we get to that event, the more suspense comes as to who is actually going to be in this thing, and a lot of players still trying to get the backing for it. So it should be a.
Yeah, when money's tight when Jason Mercier is going out to Twitter and Facebook and saying, "Hey, if you want a piece, it's this much," and instead of just having a little private meeting with the anonymous businessmen.
But is that a situation though where there's a possibility that he's putting some of his money up and then is maybe trying to get pieces sold?
Yeah, that's all he's
some money back.
That's exactly what he's
because I'm right. Because I'm sure he's probably good for it to a point.
I'm sure he's good for it.
No, I'm sure he's good for it.
He probably made that much on the open face Chinese last year. Just sitting
he
right
might
here,
have.
so.
He might have.
He tore it up. I absolutely loved watching him play $100 a point.
There you go. Well, that's pretty much going to do it for us tonight. So we got to have a little fun discussion this evening. Got to kind of take a break from the craziness with all the wild guests and kookiness, and break down a little bit of what's going on.
Because all the good players are in the 10K right now. Didn't have time to sit down.
Everybody's busy, and it's slow day here at the WSOP too.
Sunday.
Yep. But Jason Kuhn's there. We got to get Jason Kuhn in the one drop.
He'll play it.
Okay, yeah. There you go.
Mark will write the check.
Yeah.
You just don't cash it until he wins. Okay?
Yeah, exactly. All right, so that's going to do it, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific time here at the World Series of Poker. I may take the afternoon off. We'll see. I kind of want to hop in and play a tournament or something.
Do it, Mark. Take one down for the team.
I'd like to. That would be fun. All right, so we'll see you guys tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific time. Thanks for joining us here on the Mark Hoke Show. We'll catch you tomorrow afternoon. Have a good one.
Oh, sure. Now it's for Ellen as he walks by.